Okay, this is going to be episode 4, number 1. We're going to begin by taking a look at our little meadow there in the front, and then we're going to go around in 4 other episodes and cover basically all of the native plants that we've put in around the house. So with that as an introduction, then we will go ahead and take a look at the meadow. The first thing we planted in here 2¼ years ago was the Carex, and they also applied some Yarrow seed. And over here in this sunny spot there is several different varieties of Yarrow besides the Carex. The Carex was planted with plugs, and then they put Yarrow seed down. And as you can see, the Yarrow right there, as well as some of these different grasses that have been part of a grass mix that I put out here. But the different kinds of Yarrow is sort of just the common Yarrow. This one is called a Paprika Yarrow, except for it's beyond its prime. When it first comes out, it's really quite red. This is this white variety. The others are kind of creamy, have kind of a creamy flower, but this one is smaller, lower, and white, and it's really quite pretty. I put in one that is called Apple Blossom. Or I should say I put in several, and that's the one that's still got a blossom on it. And the other thing we've got is a Grand Morning Glory. It's from coastal northwest Africa, so it's a Mediterranean plant. It'll do well here. It's not really blossomed out very much right at the moment, but that is spread pretty well in just a year's time, and seems to be establishing itself pretty well as well. Some Firecracker Penstemon. That one is now spent, and so it's kind of turning to seed, and then later on I'll just cut that off and spread the seed out and grow some more of it later on. I've got some brass buttons out here. The variety is called Big Yellow Moon. That's from South Africa, so that's also drought tolerant, used to our Mediterranean climate, should adapt pretty well to here. I have some blue-eyed grass out here, and of course it is way past its prime, but it is beautiful when it comes on. It actually starts to put its stalks up in December, and then it flowers out in January, and it lasts over till March, April, May, March, April, possibly May, depending on exactly where it is and how hot it is. So that doesn't look like much now. It is summer deciduous. In some cases they just die away completely, and in another case they just, really cut back to a very low, kind of grassy. So we wouldn't expect that to look very good at this time of year. We'd expect it to look good in winter and very early spring. Now, just last week I planted what I got from the Fullerton College plant sale, which is the yellow-eyed grass. So it's looking okay right now. It seems to be surviving the transplant, and we'll just have to see how it performs out here. But I am looking forward to it because its flower season is different from the blue-eyed grass. And then I've got several different varieties of Seaside daisy, and they seem to be establishing themselves slowly, and so I'm thinking perhaps later on in the season we ought to get some good flowering. Here's some of it next to some Yarrow, and so I'm just waiting for that to kind of come along. I planted this about a year ago, and we'll see how it goes from there. Here we're looking at our Toyon, or California holly. Hollywood is named after it. And this thing went in about the third the size of that 2 years ago, 2.25 years ago. And it has just really taken off. I swear it has popped up another foot or two since the last time I paid attention to it. It's really coming along very nice. It really likes this spot right here. I do have some deer grass, and it's been here for the 2.25 years. I think it'll be very nice once it really takes root and starts to sprout at the top. Scattered among the Carex and the Seaside daisy is all of this purple 3-on grass, which just seems to really like this spot right here. I actually kind of had contained it to keep it from, you know, because it reseeds very easily, but not so easily that you would call it invasive. It's pretty easy to control. If you don't like it there, you just grab it by the base and pull it out, and it's gone. That's kind of a nice addition here, especially when in this shady light you can't see it, but sunlight, and it's got a, as the name suggests, kind of a purple tinge to it.